New video emerges of CNN accidentally catching a lady allegedly stuffing several ballots into a drop box in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. This is during the live segment of the 2020 election. On Tuesday, two controversial ballot issues that typically draw a large number of Democrat voters to the polls will appear on the ballot in Ohio. Proposal 1 would create radical mulligan laws, which would be enshrined in the state's constitution and would include mulligan without consent by minors. And Proposal 2, the legalization of pot. So in other words, well, I'm okay with the pot one, but the second one means that your kid didn't have to tell you in order to get one of them. Right? For those of us who've been reporting on how V-fraud is committed across America, it has been more critical for the red state of Ohio to put safeguards in place to protect their selections before November 7th. This year, they got one this year. That's this Tuesday. Oh my God. Only 2 days ago, Ohio Senator Naraj Antani, Republican, called for the elimination of absentee ballot drop boxes in the state. Antani calls for the legalization of drop boxes in Ohio, a poison in the bill, and says the Ohio legislature needs to undo it. It's like its neighboring state, Michigan. Ohio state election law strictly prohibits registered voters from dropping ballots into a drop box for anyone other than themselves or a close family member. And Antani said the worries about the integrity of elections with the use of drop boxes, specifically bee harvesting. We know that Ohio recently hasn't been a competitive state, but in the future, we know with Senator Sherrod Brown's race and many other races, it's going to become more competitive. And we are going to see Democrats using this tool illegally to harvest ballots. Under the state's law, drop boxes are required to always be monitored by a video surveillance, and the video recordings are public record. Senator Bill DeMora is already opposing the newly proposed legislation and said Antani is trying to fix a problem that does not exist. It's not a valid. This is a quote from them. They're saying it's not a concern. Anyways, it's at the time of his statement, Antani did not have any examples of this being an issue in the state, but said he worries about it in the near future. But that was 2 days ago. Today, a new video is being shared across social media that mirrors the 2020 surveillance footage the TDP obtained from Detroit, Michigan. The video reveals multiple individuals, including Detroit USPS workers, stuffing ballot boxes with multiple ballots across Detroit. In a video that's now going viral on social media, a CNN reporter can be seen talking about how there's only one drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, during a segment on the 2020 election. The reporter, who was standing in front of the drop box in Cleveland, Ohio, paused when he noticed a woman on the other side and decided to try to add a human interest element to the story by interviewing her. You can see this voter right here casting her vote, the reporter says, as the camera pans over to an unidentified woman who was busy allegedly stuffing a large stack of ballots into the drop box. The CNN reporter asked, "Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter?" And then she says Carter, as she allegedly stuffs the ballot drop box in front of the cameras. Curiously, almost as quickly as the spontaneous conversation began, the conversation ends as the CNN cameras quickly move away from her. They're like, "Oh crap, she's one of them ballot mules. Turn the camera away," right? The woman's identity was partially hidden, of course, as a mask mostly covered her face as she stood alone in front of her vehicle. In Ohio, the current law only allows one drop box per county, but as seen in the CNN video, it only takes one drop box per county and organized group of individuals to flip selections. There they are. There's a screenshot from the incident right here. This is him trying to report and lie and lie. And this is the cheater herself. TDP released multiple videos from surveillance cameras across the city of Detroit showing individuals inserting stacks of absentee ballots into drop boxes. Yet Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel and Jocelyn Benson never publicly addressed these videos. TDP videos show two women dropping a massive stack of ballots into a Detroit drop box in broad daylight. This is they. I've reported on that too. In another video obtained by the TDP, a Detroit USPS worker has been seen dropping a stack of ballots into a drop box in Detroit. There he is, USPS worker right there. According to a top official with the Detroit Post Office, it is not acceptable for a postal worker to drop ballots anywhere other than the address on the envelope. The communications director at the Detroit Post Office told us that the 2 postal workers seen in the Gateway Pundit video have been disciplined. So disciplined, they didn't get arrested, I'm sure, right? Of course not, because they're helping her cheat. There she is. While Michigan's dirty Democrat Jocelyn Benson calls their conduct normal and legal on her state-funded SOS website. The TGP put together a 14-minute compilation of individuals in Detroit who appear to be involved in suspicious, if not illegal, vote activity in 2020.